Welcome to this week's episode of 60 Seconds with the Superintendent. Well, 1 week ago, we were at Strongsville Middle School for a leadership breakfast, a breakfast that recognized student leaders in the middle school and brought them together with adult leaders in our community and region. Let's take a look.
So we're very proud of the students that are sitting here.
Mrs. Boydum and I, we do the Mustang Mentors together, so we decided that we wanted to bring community members into the school to see all the great things that the Mustang Mentors were doing. And then we kind of turned it into more and had teachers nominate kids to come to the breakfast and found different community leaders in various careers, and then had the kids pick who they were most interested in speaking to, and kind of just took off. So the goal of the breakfast was for the kids to see, one, an example of somebody in a field that they're interested in going into, how they became a leader in their field, and how they also exemplified pride, so how they're prepared, how they show respect, how they're inclusive in their field. So we started off with a survey to see which speakers the kids would be interested in speaking with, and then from there we had them brainstorm some different questions. The kids really got a lot out of it. In the morning when people were walking in and they saw the big setup and the special stuff that we had, kids were really excited about it, and they were like, hey, what are they all doing? So we explained it, and they were like, that's really cool, I want to do that sometime. So our hope is that we can continue to do this in the future and get more kids involved with it.
It was awesome coming back here today. Growing up in Strongsville, going to Strongsville Middle School, graduating from Strongsville. And when I was sitting in those seats, I only dreamed of living and doing some of the things I'm doing today. So it's really cool to be able to have gone on, kind of followed my dreams and turned it into something, and to be able to come back here and talk to some students about that. It was phenomenal. I was very impressed. I learned that they're a lot smarter than I was when I was in their shoes, because the conversation was very fluid, the questions were on point. I was very blown away. I had to take a second to think about how I was going to respond to the questions.
To be inspired by nature.
The group that I got to sit with today was very inspiring, and it was really humbling to be able to talk about kind of my life's journey and the opportunities that have been afforded to me along the way. But to hear their stories are truly remarkable. What leadership means and how do you define success. And they talked about adversity, which I thought was really a great question that I got asked. So it was just really neat to see. Well, it's almost like you see yourself when you were that age and you're thinking of what inspired you. And the fact that the school brings together all these leaders and the next kind of generation, I think that couldn't be a better thing. The future is very bright in Strongsville. I was very inspired by today.
I think just sitting there and talking with everyone at our table is we have similar interests and goals in life. And I wouldn't have known that, just seeing them, now it's almost a connection, making connections. Careers are all about making connections. Even here in middle school, you're already starting to make those connections.
Dr. Ryba was very fun, he's very positive, and he's very open-minded. So I kind of right now want to do a career of more chemistry or science. So my father was originally going to do someone similar to the chemistry with vaccinations and stuff, to help with the COVID vaccine. And also I thought it'd be pretty fun because science is actually a very diverse and very knowledgeable thing. And also might be able to use engineering, and engineering overall helps out very well.
Today was a very wonderful day. I learned to be passionate about what you do and stuff. I want to be a doctor. My dad wanted me to become a doctor, and I now want to pursue the dream.
We learned that to be successful, you have to be passionate about what you're doing. You have to be willing to make sacrifices, and you have to be able to compromise with other people. Ms. Poco said something that stuck with me. She said that you can't always please everyone, but as long as you're confident in what you're doing, you're going to feel good about yourself. So I feel like that spoke to me a lot.
I just want to say how impressed I am with our students. As one of the people that was able to participate in the breakfast, the thoughtful questions, the great dialogue and discussion we had made me proud to be their superintendent. As always, thanks for watching, and go make it a great Mustang week.